everybody, how's it going? I'm Zero.
I'm DK.
And I'm Rizzo, and today on Anime Reaction, we watch the 12th
and final
episode of Masamune no Revenge.
Let's get this
over with.
If you want to check out our reaction to the 12th and final episode of Masamune no Revenge, hit that link in the description below.
And be sure to give us feedback in the comment section because we love hearing from you.
And as always, if you like what you see, subscribe to Otaku Saga, and don't forget to like and share our videos.
And thanks for watching.
I think they should rename this series Anticlimax.
The anime.
The anime.
Masamune-kun's half-ass attempt at revenge. Or Masamune-kun the manga promotion.
Yeah, pretty much. So, I mean, basically called it on what happened with the play.
Right.
Like, yeah, that was pretty obvious on what was going to happen there. But the fact that they wrapped up that arc in like less than half the episode, or about half the episode, and then they went with some karaoke thing at the end, where basically all they did was promote
the image songs, basically.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm gonna say it straight up, this ending sucked.
Yeah,
just straight up
bad.
sucked ass.
I think it's been a long time since I've seen one that was that bad.
This ending sucked so much dick it now breathes semen instead of air. It was horrible.
Wonderful mental image.
You're welcome. That's what I do.
But yeah, it's just that's not the way to end an anime. I would have rather had them just make up an anime original ending.
Yeah, or just try to stretch out the play
Yeah.
segment, and not have that just half-ass attempt at wedging image songs in. At least try to end it on a story element.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it's hard too because they don't know whether or not they'll get a second season or not.
That is true, but
So technically, this was a read the manga style ending. However, if this anime were popular enough to get a second season, then it would just be wait on the second season type ending. However, I don't think this anime is popular enough to get a second season.
yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was, though, because we have had some very popular weird series come out of Japan.
Yeah, so sometimes the stuff that you wouldn't expect to be popular ends up being really popular.
And Verge.
That was only popular because it was a fan service series.
It was designed to sell Blu-rays, and that is a huge indicator of whether or not a series gets multiple seasons or not. Masamune-kun's No Revenge isn't quite like 100% designed to sell Blu-ray. I don't think, compared to Ange Verge anyway.
I don't know. I think that the way that I hope that the way that it's portrayed is a bonus for people watching. So I'm hoping for it. I really am.
Hope for a second season,
at least. But like I said.
So for me, I liked everything up to like episode 10. I guess.
Yeah, that's
whenever
when it really
they
went
introduced Masamune is when the series just dropped off for me.
And it
These
just
past
kind of
few weeks, I haven't wanted to watch this series. Like we've ended up releasing the episodes late because it's like, well, we might as well just this is the only thing that comes out on Thursday. We might as well just take Thursday off and then watch it after Yojo Senki on Fridays. And that's honestly what we've done.
But like up to Nisemone, it was a straight up like up and down ride to the top of a huge roller coaster that's building up,
and then you get to the top of that. That peak, and
there's a station.
Yeah, there's a station there, and you get off and have to walk down.
Yeah, I mean, episode 10 to the end was the hill climb. I think with this ending, it stops, and then you have to walk back to the station.
At the end of it, towards the end of the story, you're supposed to get a climax, and then a descending action,
right,
and
resolution,
and a resolution. But in this case, it felt like we were getting, we got a pretty decent story most of the way through, and then it, went to go build for a climax, and nothing happened. So, I don't know. I think they probably chose a really bad place to stop this in the manga. Like, that story arc was just not the best. It felt more like what it should have been, like a mid-season story arc than a season finale story arc.
Yeah, I think, well, in particular, this episode could have been better if they just skipped the whole karaoke scene. It just kind of ended on I guess a higher, how to put it? I guess a higher place, a higher height for the drama, perhaps, instead of, having it just be all dumped out and, you just lose all the impact that resolution of the whole school play story arc would have had with the karaoke scene.
Yeah, pretty much.
Skip that, keep the tension high for the class trip, which they're advertising in the final scene of the episode.
I do want to point out that, like, one of those final scenes where Masamune asks for the apology.
Oh.
This is really well done and a really good, like, tense moment. Those little moments are what sells this series. Because you get those little moments all through episode 1 through 10.
Yeah.
We can go back and we can look at every single individual moment, and almost every scene has this moment up until episode 10. And then episode 10 comes around and it's like, it's not there. It's kind of more of a explanation and just kind of rushing things along and forcing this scenario that just seems like, what the fuck?
But yeah, I think we can all agree that the karaoke scene was bad.
Yeah, it could have been
I would have preferred if, like, maybe they wrapped up the play and then maybe had more of a serious conversation between Masamune and Aki or something like that.
Or actually carry it out like they were teasing, actually follow through the competition between Class A and B.
I don't know. I could probably think of 1,000 ways to end this series that was much better than this. But
ended at episode 10.
Yeah.
How they handled it might as well have.
Just not sure. Yeah, this ending just was bad.
Yeah.
Like, this went from being like a solid 4th or 5th place for me for the season to being like one of the, like, it might be dead last out of all the anime that we're actually reacting to.
Yeah,
I could definitely agree.
Just from the 3 episodes.
This was way up there in terms of drama, in terms of character interactions, in terms of everything that was going on between episodes 1 through 10. I mean, like I said, you could go back in almost every scene. You had those little moments that just are little peaks on a roller coaster that you're like, yes, more. And then, yeah, just kind of
all of that, and then how they treated the overreaching plot, of the what was it, love or die plan, out the window in episode 10. What? And then even worse, at the end of this episode, we're back to square one, more or less, on that front.
I wouldn't say square one, but
we're minus a Masamune. I think that's a bonus.
Actually, I wouldn't even say that, yeah. Because that's probably the one thing, like, the reason why I wouldn't have ended it with that particular story arc is because they introduced Masamune, but there's no resolution for that. For
the little competition between the gentlemen.
Well, not that. There was a resolution for the competition. It was stupid, but there was a resolution. Mm. There wasn't a resolution for Masamune pretending to be Masamune. Like, there was no resolution for that. So, for all we know, even though Aki and Masamune ended off on a good note, she still thinks that Masamune is the Masamune that she knew when she was a child, and therefore, I guess she would still be smitten with him like she was in in episode 10 and 11.
Right. So that's gonna maybe flare up again on the class trip.
Oh, for sure. I mean, absolutely. I wouldn't. Like, I haven't read that far in the manga, but I would imagine that that's probably like a story element for several arcs. I just I would not have introduced that in the anime if you weren't gonna finish it off.
Finish it off in the first season.
Yeah. It just and I really just don't think that this is going to get a second season, so you're never going to get that resolution if you don't read the manga. So,
yeah. Long story short, we aren't really big fans of the last 3 episodes of this series. Not at all.
Yeah. But I do still have to say I did like the first 9 episodes of the series. I thought that they were cliched, but this story, it's kind of poking fun at cliches.
It puts certain twists on cliches every now and again. Those are some of the moments Zero is mentioning that really sell the series to the viewer. The part where you get parts where you see Adagaki pigging out in the gym storage room, a real break from the image she puts up. That's definitely a plus.
Well, actually, more specific moments I'm talking about is during the beach scene with Aki and Masamune, where she's acting kind of sexy and really, really teasing the audience and teasing Masamune.
Oh.
And yeah, bitch, hey, go get me some food. Kind of things like that, where you get this small amount of tension. And then you get this weird release of that tension, and you're like, "What? Wait, what? Did she just really go there?"
Image shattering.
Shattering.
It's a really nice little.
Or again, Aki breaking from the character she portrays to most of the cast.
Yeah. And it's a nice little I don't want to say story point, because it's it's part of her character to be like that.
I think it is a major part of the plot, because it's part of what makes a normally very cliched story, this normally would be without it, unique. It's because Aki has those breaks from character. But again, with the exception of the little hot potato scene at the end of this episode, we didn't really get a whole lot of that in the last 3 episodes either.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why this is
Yeah, that's why the ending story arc sucked. Because you got none of that.
Yeah. It broke from the formula that worked for the series.
So, yeah.
Anyway.
This series failed majorly in the last few episodes.
Yes, the directorial staff would deserve a forced choke. They have failed us for the last time.
Anyway, so I think we should go ahead and wrap this one up here.
Before we beat it to death.
I think we already have, really.
I could probably go on.
Watch for it on the episode of Anime Review.
If we ever get around to it.
Right.
Anyway, so let us know what you thought of the anime, what you thought of our reaction in the comment section below.
Yep, thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you don't.
But that's going to do it for this episode of Anime Reaction. As always, I'm DK.
I'm Zero.
And I'm Rizzo.
See you next time.
Go ahead and click on my face to go to our most recent Otaku Saga Talks.
Click on my face to go to Otaku Saga Gaming, our gaming channel.
And click on the white bit to subscribe to Otaku Saga. And if you'd like to help support us, go ahead and check out our Patreon page.